Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you what to do with all this scrap paper. Now, if you are a card maker, a scrapbooker, or just a paper hoarder, you have some sort of stash of scrap paper. I know I do. I used to teach elementary school, so I've accumulated quite a bit. But first, let me show you how I organize it, and then I'll show you what to do with this. Okay, in my junky area of the world, I have a filing cabinet. I can't pull it all the way out, but I'll show you what I do in a minute. Now, in these, I have all these lovely file folders, which I made these labels, which I have a printable for you available. There'll be a link in the comment section below. I organize it by regular paper. I have all the colors: pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, black, gray, white. But I have it in the sections. This is regular paper, and then I have cardstock, construction paper, cardstock, poster board, stuff like that. And then in the back, which is really hard to see, I have pattern paper, which is, scrapbook paper. And then in the very, very back, which I'll show you, if I can get that there. See that? That is recycled paper. That is anything that has one-sided prints, like flyers or those lovely things you get from school. We all love those, don't we? And then I also have a little itty bitty section that is metallic and glitter and shaved paper, which I'll do a video on that later. So let me go ahead and show you the labels so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, if you order the download, which is only like $1 or something on my Etsy shop, you're going to get 2 of these. One is for, you've got all your patterns right here, all your colors. I also included a part where I have warm pattern, like if you have pink, red, orange, yellow, all in the same thing, but you don't want to put it in one of these, you can put it in here. Same thing goes for the cool. You can have your green, blue, purple, all those colors in your cool. And then your neutrals is going to be your black, grays, browns, whites, tans, beautiful colors. Then the rainbow is for anything that just doesn't fit one of those categories. You're probably going to have a lot of that. I also have your regular paper, all your colors, and your metallic, your glitter, your flocking, your vellum, acetate. Then the second page will have all your cardstocks, all your recycles. Then I also have one for envelopes. Save your envelopes, your junk envelopes that have those little patterns on the inside. I've got a video for that later. Thick board. I did a video a couple days ago on how to use recycled packaging like cardboard, tissue boxes, stuff to make tabs. So this is a folder for if you want to keep ahead of those instead of have a big junky box like I do. If you also have scraps for sticker paper, I got one of those. And special paper is for anything that doesn't fit one of these categories. It can be watercolor paper, Yupo paper, anything you got. I also have one for if you have textured or embossed paper. Maybe you emboss something but you have a little scrap left of it. You can put that in there. Double-sided color. Most of our scrapbook papers are double-sided now. I don't really like, but I have one for color and I have one for pattern. Then I have one for painted paper. If you paint a lot and you have scrap painted paper, you kind of want to keep that separate just so you know that, that's what it is, because it does have a different texture to it. Now, the easiest way to use up scrap paper is to use dyes. I mean, most crafters have a lot of dye kits, but we don't use them a lot. Like, how many projects am I really going to use a teepee or a mushroom thing or an octopus? I'm not really. But if you have a set of alpha dyes, these are much more versatile. Now, these I ordered from Simon Says Stamp. They are Kaiser Craft brand. They're about 2 inches tall, but I love them. I love the font. I love the shape. They cut wonderfully, and I can use them in any project I have. Now, when you use an alpha dye, you're going to get, of course, the alpha that pops out of this, but you're also going to get the negative space. This is the easiest way to use zero waste paper. Look how many letters I made out of this one scrap paper. I made a bunch. Now, I'm going to keep, obviously, the one that I cut out, but I can also keep this and use this as a letter. I'll show you what I mean. So when you have this, all you got to do is cut it into little blocks. It's going to look like a little collage piece. you know, for block lettering that they used to do that in the 90s, 80s or something. But look at this. I have an E that I can use on any project I want to, especially for scrapbooking. This is really good. And I didn't waste any paper versus this big bucket of stuff that I have. Yeah, I could have used this a little bit better. Now, what I'm going to do for these, I actually have a project in mind. It's going to take forever, but I plan on doing it. These I obviously can't really die cut. Now, I could use it for kids crafts, but that takes way too long, to be honest. Now, I used to be an elementary teacher, as I said before, and my kids used to love to cut scrap paper. You wouldn't believe how excited they would be to finish their work and cut paper. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Now, what I plan on doing with most of this, because most of this is like really tiny stuff, except for the strips. I may use the strips for something else. But for stuff like this, see this? It's all stuck together. I can't really do much with that. But if I cut it into itty bitty, and I mean tiny bits, I can eventually fill up a thing full of confetti. Now you could do a lot with this. You could fill ornaments with it. You could put it in a shadow box. You could use it at birthday parties, gift wrapping, shaker cards, whatever you want. So you could fill up a whole thing of this and not waste a bit of scrap paper. Now I know that sounds tedious, but if you're sitting watching TV or a movie, or you just want to do something with your hands, you can get out your scrap paper, cut it into little bits, and you'll have this full in no time. Now let me show you a hack, if you haven't seen it before, of a better way to use these when you're cutting. Let me get my cutter. Alright, this is my Sizzix Big Kit. I have the magnetic platform that goes with it. I love the magnetic platform. It's so much easier, especially with the thin dies, because they tend to move. But these cutting plates, they drive me insane. They get warped. They don't hold their shape. And the magnets never seem to stay on it like I want to. I mean, it's magnetic, but it's not sticking. See that? And I found this cutting plate in the trash from a former teacher. I don't know why you would throw this away. But, you know, some people aren't hoarders like me. And look at this. Put this right on here. Pretend I have a piece of paper here. And it sticks. It's not moving. It's not doing that weird wonky, you know, thing it does with the magnetic paper. And I don't have to worry about it cutting my plate. And all I have to do is take my plate that, you know, is beautiful in it. Put it right in here and it'll run right through. Now this cutting pad is a little bit thinner than some of the plates, so you may want to have a little bit of extra cushion, like a piece of scrap paper or cardboard to put under here, because sometimes it has difficult cutting. Depends on how thin your blades are. But if you don't have one this size, you can buy a regular one and cut it up to fit. As you can see, it doesn't fit my platform like I want it to. I wish it was a little bit bigger. But I think I have a scrap one of these that I can cut up. And this is perfect. And you could definitely cut it up for your little sidekick that Tim Holtz has. I want one of those. Once you have your letters cut, how do you store them? This has been my favorite way to store scrap pieces of paper until, you know, I got the filing system. This is a jewelry box organizer. It's different than a craft organizer because the craft organizers, they don't seal as well at the top. But jewelry organizers, you know, you don't want your beads mixing with each other. They seal better. And for pieces of paper, this is much better. Plus, it's bigger. You can fit a lot more stuff in it. I got this in the jewelry department at Walmart. It was like $5 or $6. But they also have them in the fishing department if you want. But they're not as big. They tend to be a little bit smaller, so you can put them in your tackle box. And all I do is I have them by letter. All my letters, plus there was some question marks, you know, punctuation stuff that I put in here. If you have numbers, you can put them in numbers. I have yet to put labels on these. I'm getting there. And the scraps, until I get another one of these, I put them in I don't know what they're called. Card protectors, if that's what you want to call them. These babies. This is how I store all my scrap ephemera. That's what I have a lot. You know, there's one little things that you want to use, but you don't know what project to put them in. This is how I store them. See, I have all my letters. I have all my scraps. Here's my friends right here. I put them by alphabetical order. I plan to do it by color because I have hundreds of these things. I found them at a yard sale for like $3. There's 500 of them. And this is how I store these. You can also store your letters in these. I did some black ones back here. There you have a bunch back here. Do you see all my numbers and letters? Now, if you don't have an alpha die set, there is another way you can use your scrap paper, which is about the same. You just have to do a little bit more cutting. You can take stamps. These are the Illustrative Faith alpha stamps. They are on their websites. See? Aren't they cute? They're so cute. Tim Holtz also has a similar set, but they're a little bit more expensive. I think he has a die set too. You can stamp them on the paper and cut them out. It is very tedious. Unless you absolutely love fussy cutting, I wouldn't exactly recommend this. But this was before I had die sets, so it totally works. And store them like this and it works. Alright, so if you have any questions or comments, or you just want to send me pictures of your organizing system or what you do with your scraps or how you organize your scraps, please feel free to do that. I am more than welcome to look at your pictures, like them, and you may even inspire me. So, leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and if you want anything else like Bible journal entries or anything, tell me on Instagram. I'm new to this, so I'm sure I got a lot more stuff to do. Have an awesome day and keep scrapping.